Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. It's been a while since I shared something like very specifically birth, cesarean or baby related, and I do actually have a video that I really wanted to put out there, which is the 1.5 year update. As you can see probably by the title, I've reached one of my goals in terms of my weight, but I also figured I would share some updates on Johannes, how he's doing, and yeah, just talk to you about all the milestones and so on. First of all, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and otherwise I think we should just jump right into it. Okay, so let's start with Johannes, because I think that's a fun one. I've actually written down all the milestones so I don't forget any of them. But the first one that I think is a little bit funny is that he is now talking a little bit. He is 1.5 in like 10 days or something, and yeah, he's talking a little bit. He understands a lot, so he can't really say himself like full sentences and stuff, but he can, if I ask him like literally like an adult, no baby language or simplified language, if I ask him like, would you go around and get on the car yourself? He totally understands what I mean. So he'll go around his like toy car and then try to sit on it. I think that's really cool and really nice that he can understand that, which also presents a little bit of like a how much does he really understand kind of thing. But we try and just speak to him like normally. Try every time I'm speaking about something or doing something, I'm like trying to, yeah, just speak the way I would normally do, and hopefully that makes him understand a lot more. This meaning that he is also sometimes quite clear when he does understand something but don't want to do it. So we're working currently with like no's and being nice, like with we could say like nice hands when he's like petting the cats or something and he gets excited, or if he's throwing stuff. Yeah, I think I hope that there are others out there who can relate, because he's quite often throwing things. His temper or like his patience is really good but really short, so yeah, he gets frustrated quite a bit. In terms of talking, he's also funny because he started now copying a lot of what we are saying, and often when we like do something with him, this started even when we were like at baby swim, you would say 1, 2, 3 and then take them under the surface and stuff, so you would like prepare them that something's gonna happen when you count to 3, and tell me oh boy, he's taking that to heart. So whenever we do something if we're like playing, we will go like 1, 2, 3, and then he'll be totally expecting something like bigger to happen. But he also started counting himself. Now, I'm quite sure that he doesn't know, because he doesn't have any perception of like what 1, 2, 3 means. But he did start counting himself, so he'll say like 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1 also sometimes. So that's really nice. In terms of like actual words that he can say mom and dad, and he can like make animal sounds. We can like ask him, what does the dog sound like? And he says woof woof, but he cannot really point out the dog in a book, for example. So I think a lot of the things that he knows is like from repetition, and then him putting it into context and like understanding more and more. He can say a few short phrases, and funny enough, in like all the languages. So I speak Swedish with him mainly, but also Danish, and he learns Danish at daycare. And Eric only speaks Norwegian to him, so I speak Norwegian with him when Eric is speaking, because that's more natural. But for example, like the phrase bye or see you in Norwegian is ha det, and that's something that he says. In Danish, he will say like if you drop something and you go like whoop, or like ooh, or that you drop something, he will say ho, like oops, which is really funny. And then in Swedish, yeah, he says obviously like mamma, that's the Swedish word. If you say it in Norwegian or Danish, in Danish it's moi, and he doesn't say that. So so yeah, he has like a few phrases and a few small words from all of the languages, but I do think that like yeah, what he understands most is context and tone of voice, and so I think he will speak Danish first, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Another few things that I'm really happy to share is that he has like no eczema anymore. We were quite rigorous with the different creams and tried so many different things, and in the end I can't tell you exactly what it was, because it was obviously child eczema or baby eczema. So it was something that we just had to deal with different things that were different remedies that were working, but I'm really happy that he doesn't have it anymore. In terms of sleep, he still sleeps really, really well, but he also still sleeps with us, and I'm quite sure that he will sleep with us until he's like 15, maybe, I don't know. At least now it's on YouTube, so we can check again in a few years. He still sleeps with us, and that's just to make sure that everybody sleeps, because if he doesn't, if we put him in his own bed or something, he'll wake up either immediately, or as soon as he wakes up he'll be like really upset and offended that he's in the bed. And we tried all kinds of things, like taking his bed during the day, like playing in it for him to organize it. We've had it like in the living room, he's had a nap in it, like he's napped in it, but yeah, for the nighttime it doesn't really work. Everything is also really good with the daycare. He now happily walks in, and no tears, no nothing, not even when I do it, so that's a big relief. That was probably the biggest pain point, I think, of becoming a parent. Having to leave your child when they're upset is not a fun thing, not a fun experience. Your whole body just goes like, what are you doing? You need to go back and get them. But yeah, he's really happy there, and they've figured out that he does like really well when there are smaller groups of kids. So we agree with them to like drop him off when it's not as busy. And likewise during the day, if there are activities where there are a lot of kids and other activities where there are like fewer kids, he can participate in those, because then he's most confident and happy and yeah, comfortable. A last fun thing I want to share about Johannes is that he can actually walk backwards now. So the other day in the kitchen we were like playing around, goofing and dancing, and then he looked at me like straight in the eye, and then he took like a few steps backwards, and that was really funny. Also because I don't think he really realized what he was doing, and he got super happy about it himself. So yes, that was all of the Johannes updates for now. If there are questions about this, please leave them in the comments. And yeah, just for good vibes sake, I want to say that this is obviously my experience and my baby. So all kids are different, and if your kid is doing more or less, then that doesn't matter. They're all amazing and take development in their own time. Okay, so guys, for my goal. If you're new on the channel, I just want to quickly recap that when I was pregnant I gained 40 kilos or like 90 pounds. Yeah, I was super big. I can set a photo in here. There's also like a 9 month in 9 month out video you can watch if you are more curious about it. But no, I gained a lot of kilos. I was eating from I woke up until I went to bed, and obviously you gain some kilos when that happens. Since birth, I've been trying to then, you know, get back to my normal shape. Being that big was definitely not something that was very enjoyable. And the first thing that happened was that I dropped about 20 kilos in like a month, so half of it. And then the next 15 took me about 5 to 6 months. And then the last 5 kilos I haven't really worried too much about. It's funny that, you know, when you become a parent, or for me, when I became a mother, I viewed my body much more nicely. Like I felt happy at around 70 kilos, where before I felt like almost a bit big at 65. So it's nice to get that level of like perspective with the whole thing. So the last 5 kilos I obviously had like in my mind, I'd like to lose them because I feel better, I feel healthier when I am lighter. But it was also more about like strength and my back. I've had some back problems also before I became pregnant. And becoming a parent actually strengthened my back so much. Really weak the first 6 months, but then after that up until now, like making sure that I lift him correctly have just given me a lot of back strength that I didn't have before. I'm guessing like smaller muscles are activated. You do lifts in like sometimes weird angles in the night when you're sleeping, or like other things, and yeah, it's just really, really nice to be able to have that check mark that I got stronger from being a parent. But I lost the last 5 kilos, and I would say that the main reason for that has actually been full-time work. So I've noticed that whenever I am like super busy with something, or like deeply consumed in something, yeah, I snack less, I guess. I still eat a lot of cake, and I still eat whatever I want in weekends and like whenever I feel like it, but that's just it. I don't really feel like it because I'm busy with so many other things. I haven't actually worked out very much. It's been like pure diet thing, and yeah, once again, for good sake, if you're triggered by this, or if you are having thoughts around like weight loss and stuff, yeah, I just want to say that I really hope that you can change that perspective, and yeah, realize that the body is just the body. It's carrying us, and at some point in your life you start valuing like strength and health and other things, because that's much more important than appearance. Losing the last 5 kilos has been really, really nice. I can fit into like all of my clothes again, so that's super, super nice. Not having to like buy new clothes or like, yeah, reinvent my closet. And then obviously also from a health perspective, I feel very light, and I feel like, yeah, everything, the last things is just, it's easy. Everything is easy. It's easy to move, easy to breathe, easy to carry, easy to walk and run and all those things. Yeah. I'm guessing I need to like show it off. But I'm just gonna give you a quick look in the mirror, and I'm also gonna show you my scar again, because I'm guessing there might be some people who are a little bit curious about that. So this is what I look like now. I'm just wearing some workout pants and a knitted shirt. My belly is like all flat again. There's nothing left, and if I suck it in. If I relax, it's out. So yeah, that is the full view. No extra guns, because they were already quite okay from swimming, I think. In terms of my scar, it now looks like this. It's almost not really visible anymore. Like, obviously I've been wearing pants, so you can see it on my skin, but yeah, it's not really visible, and it's a little bit crooked, but I'm okay with that, and yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay guys, that was it for now. That was the 1.5 year update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any type questions or anything that you are worried or thinking about or want to know more about, then yeah, pop some comments down below. I read all of them and I answer all of them, so happy to share my experience. See you the next time I post. Bye.